Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 13th day of November. Here we go. When you wash your hands, netilas yadayim, the halacha is that a lot of details. First of all, this might sound strange, but your hands should be clean before you do netilas yadayim. So if there's all kinds of dirt on your hands, you're actually supposed to get that dirt off of your hands. This is, you might want to actually have a special washing before if your hands are all dirty, so that they're clean, nothing blocking anywhere so that the water should reach all of your hands, and then do netilas yadayim. I don't mean to sound crazy, but netilas yadayim is supposed to hit the entire part of your hand. So if there's like let's say the sticky gummy part from a Band-Aid still on your hand, it would be a good idea to try to get that off before the netilas yadayim waters are expected to rinse your entire hand. That's the better way to do it, if at all possible. Other details, if you have dirt on your hands, even marks, it's good to get those marks off your hands also. Now there are some people who sometimes have marks on their hand just always, like their teachers, and always a little bit of ink or something on their hands. Some people say that if you don't really mind it there, and it's really like it's part of you, it's with you all the time. And some say that you don't have to get that dirt off of your hands because that regular little bit of blue or ink or something that's on your fingers is kind of regular to you, and for some that would be considered okay. So one general rule that you should just know is that stuff that you definitely want off of you is the kind of stuff that's really going to be considered a chatzitza or a block to the water. So that if you really hate that gummy little sticky stuff that's on your fingers and you would be scratching it off in 5 minutes from now, then for sure get it off before the netilas yadayim. If the stuff that's on you is stuff that doesn't really bother you, then it's, let's just say, less important, and it might not have to take it off. But general rule always is to try to shoot for to have it all come off of you before you do netilas yadayim. Also, I've said this before, but just want to remind you, it's so important. The bracha for netilas yadayim comes after the washing and before the drying. After the washing and before the drying. But actually, as you've heard me perhaps say before, if you listen to these laws a lot, we always make every bracha before the mitzvah. The mitzvah of netilas yadayim is actually completed when you dry your hands, and so when we make the bracha before we dry our hands, we're actually making the bracha before the mitzvah is complete, and that's the proper way. If you see people drying and making the bracha at the same time, they're rushing. They're not really doing it the perfect way. The best way is wash, bracha, and then dry your hands. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.